Go. This will be the last video in my A Link to the Past Randomizer casual dungeon guide that I've been doing. This is Ganon's Tower. So, just kind of the final word here on what the series has been intended for, and it's just for people who are new into it. I don't do well in the weekly races. But I finish, and that's kind of where my skill level is. So if you're looking to go quickly, you might not want to watch these, but if you're struggling to learn, dungeon layouts and rooting through dungeons and whatnot, then, I hope this guide has been helpful. Anyways, through Ganon's Tower, the typical route that you'll see people do is they'll go to the right side door and pick up these chests quite quickly, of course. What you're looking for in Ganon's Tower is the big key and one small key. It's really funny that big key was there because now I can basically go get a small key and then proceed through the gauntlet. I'm not going to do that because that would kind of go against the reason behind this video. So I'm going to go through and get all of the item locations here in Ganon's Tower. Anyways, we come down, we see an item on the torch. Fair enough, we can dash into that and grab that. There's a key under that pot. Then we want to hammer the left and right gophers here. I don't know if they're called gophers. Push the block, hit the star switch, and that puts us into another room here. We then want to go and grab our hook shot. I don't know what that was all about. Make our way up into this room here. 4 chests. We do have to kill all 4 of those, or all 3 of these guys to get back out of this room, so that's why I'm kind of deviating from the 4th chest here a little bit. I'm bad. Okay, that room's clear. And now we can go kind of back down. Again, I'm not great at navigating this room particularly, so you probably will be able to watch some other streamers and find better routes through, or better execution. That's what I should be saying. You will absolutely find better execution from other people on the internet. Again, I'm very average, very adequate at it. I finish these things. I don't finish first. That's the point here. Anyway, so go into the right room there. We grab another chest, and we can do this a couple different ways. You see some people do some boomerang strats where they'll grab blue boomerang, they'll throw it diagonal, and then they'll come down here and that'll hit the switch. That's a good way to do it. You can also do Cane of Samaria. You can do a bomb there if you want. A couple different ways to do it. I'm going to do the same thing here and not get it yet. So I'm just going to use Cane of Samaria. Yeah, see, I hit both of them. That should be fine. We'll do that. I'm going to equip hook shot. So you want to kind of exploit the iframes on this one again. Stand on the blue switch, hook shot over to it, use your iframes to not take damage from that spike. In this room, you can go down and start your dash, bonk over that fire bar, and that's a good way to do that. Push this block, hook shot across to it. You can get bodied in that room if you're not kind of careful at what you're doing. And now we go into the warp sequence. You want to keep left for the first 2. That'll put you right in front of the rando room. That's what they call it. I don't know who they are, but they certainly call it that. We want to go through there before we go through the next portal. The switch here is on the top left side. It doesn't visually depress like the other ones, but it's there. Another heart. So more often than not, you'll acquire the big key kind of either in that room or before it. So you mirror back to the beginning and then you kind of go up the gauntlet. I'm pretending as if I do not have the big key, so I'm just kind of progressing through this. You're going to want to follow that warp sequence that I've just done. There's a small glitch there's a bit of a cheat here that people do where you can actually bonk and get past that portal. I missed it. Anyway, so it's a quick... it's a quick teleport. One thing to note here is if you are in need of arrows, I think this pot has arrows. Yep. That's really important because it's good to know where your resources are through this tower. This brings us into an area that has some invisible floor. It's super easy to get through. All we want to do is pick up the bottom skull, go up towards the top one, and start a dash and bonk across. There's a gap there. Next we have, this is Bob room. Since I got the torch item, Bob doesn't appear. If you don't know who Bob is, it's not important. Anyways, the easiest way to kind of get in that area without waiting for the thing is to powder them if you can, and then bomb the floor to drop down to Armos 2.0. I'm going to use silver arrows on this. You can use sword strats, you can use regular arrows, whatever you're most, kind of most comfortable with, or you have the resources available to do. So it's easy enough with silvers. And then we have 3 chests here. Again, sometimes you'll get big key in that room and you'll mirror back. I'm gonna, soldier on, I think. Yes, I'm gonna soldier on. The reason why I do this is because this brings us to the big chest room. So if you ever are looking for silver arrows, let's say, then you might want to go into big chest room. So if I take this door up, then it brings us to a very familiar room here. I'm actually going to use a key to go to the right side now. This room is also very familiar to us. This is the right side room. If I didn't want to use the key, I could go back to the very first room in the dungeon, go up the stairs, and come back around and come down the stairs. But, I don't mind wasting the key. This room, we're just going to powder that guy. Hopefully powder this guy. Yep, there we go. And just dodge these tiles now along the way. Now, if you don't have powder, which is something that happens with relative frequency in Ganon's Tower, you may not want to do this room. Again, this is usually the last room that people check. I'm the type of person where if I'm coming through this room anyways, I'd rather just get it out of the way. Rather than bypass it and then get bit in the butt with it later. Let's go. So once you get through that chest will spawn. Fair enough. Get a big shield out of it. For this room, you have to light all 4 torches in order to kind of open a door at the bottom. I find the easiest way to do it, and again, this isn't the quickest way, it's just what I find to be easiest, is go get that thing out of the way. Make sure that, your hand is in a good spot. And then kind of go through. Oh, shoot. It's obviously better if you don't bonk there, but whatever. Get that one from the top, that one from the side, and then get through the door before it closes. And we had, plenty of time there. These guys, you might want to kill a couple. Take out your Cane of Samaria. There's also a strategy where you can time your bomb well enough so that it explodes when it gets up to the chest, or up to the switch. You can do that if you want. Cane of Samaria is just easier. So on this room, particularly, the floor actually changes when you get the last chest. So just be careful in the pattern that you go through it. I think it's the top right one that causes it. It's not. So it's the top left one that causes the floor to change. Anyways, just be aware of that when you go in. In this room here, there is a key in one of those pots. So what you want to try to do is not change the floor there. Not a huge deal if you do, because then you can just backtrack, grab the key, grab a heart. And then you can do exactly what I just did there, which is avoid the stars and not change the floor again for a little bit more convenience. This room here, you're probably going to want to use, honestly, a safety, either your cane or your cape. I'm going to use cape just for the hell of it. And you're basically just going through to get to that pot so that you don't get hit by the fire bars and then you don't lose the floor. That room, like I say, is not that bad, but it's a lot. When it goes south, it goes south. So just beware of that. This, I think I'm going to bonk across. Yeah, I'm just going to bonk across, get the portal. And then we might... Yeah, so that's everything. Those are all chests in Ganon's Tower so far. We're going to mirror out. Again, as soon as you get big key and a small key, you're going to want to mirror back here and continue on to the gauntlet. In this room, I have a pretty... I think this is a pretty common strategy where I kind of use my hook shot across and then I walk along the top row here. That's not helpful. And then again, I walk back along the top row, I hit the switch. Man, oh man, I wish that wasn't happening. So ordinarily I would use that pot to hit that switch, but whatever, I get a bit a bit gross there. In this one, you can swing your sword and push a direction to make the mimics move. Just something to keep in mind. I am going to go to this corner, bring them back a little bit, equip my silver arrows. I'm going to face down and move sideways. That way they turn sideways and they don't shoot at me when they come in front of me. This next room I'm going to face up and hold my sword out before I go in. And this just makes it easier for specifically the top guy, because he's easy to get. And then I watch for the Beamos beam. Both of them. Again, then I bring this guy and get him. So that's a room that's really... I hate that room. One thing about this room here is if you don't push up when you first load this room and you just dash, then you can actually... The frames are perfect so that you open and go through the door at the same time. That's a quickness thing. From here, you just want to do your best to get up, hit the switch, don't get hit by those guys, and then hit the switch so that there are as few spikes as possible outside. That was a good one. From here, there's going to be a cannonball room. You know, take your time through this. There are obviously quick ways to do it. I'm going to do a bonk across here. And I'm going to bomb this, not because I need the fairies, but this is a room that you should be aware of if you're, you know, just beginning out in Ganon's Tower. So here we have 2 fairies. We have a bomb in that top one as well. And we also have a full magic. So that's really why I wanted to come in here, was for that full magic. It's just flat out helpful. And then you can bonk back across. And go up the stairs. This room, there's not really much you can do, as far as I know. I really wish I didn't have sword beams, because sword beams are the worst. Anyways, just do your best to kill those guys. Try to take as little damage as possible. This room is absolute filth. Yep. These next few rooms are honestly not pleasant. They're what get you in Gauntlet. This one's not that bad, but the spikes in the middle of the room is just... You know, combined with the conveyors, are just no fun for anybody. That's why. Got lucky there. This one's also no fun. Again, I got lucky there. So I'm gonna... This is what I do for this next room. I equip Fire Rod before I go in. More often than not, Skeleton comes across in front of you, which he didn't, of course. And... Sometimes you can get that guy with Fire Rod too as he walks up the side. Anyways, he didn't. Not a huge deal. Wound up getting through all right. You can use your magic to pick up a fairy there. I'm going to equip silver arrows because we're about to fight Landmola. Silver arrows are a bit tricky, but they do one shot. Yeah. Now I also have Butter Sword, so I shouldn't be this worried about it. So we'll just do what we can. This is this video is not intended to show off, you know, the best strategies to do bosses. This is more or less for dungeon routing. So there are a lot of videos out there that show really good boss strats. This is not one of them. Before we go into the next room, we want to do Cane of Samaria. You basically want to walk straight down, pop a block down between all these guys, and then just execute it. Job done. Get the fairy if you need it. That's not always a fairy, though, so just be clear there. This is another room where Cane of Samaria, we want to turn left. No, didn't get it. You can get those guys in one shot. You can get the first 3 with the Samaria, and then the last one with your sword in one shot if you're good at it. You know, for me, it takes a bit of focus, and as I'm trying to speak and say what's going on, it's not easy for me. Anyway, so here, you're going to see me take a super slow route through this, because I prefer to be super safe about it, rather than rush it. I make sure I follow the thing around twice, basically. And then on my way out, I do the first one, I dash down this wall. I pick up the magic, because why not, and then do the door. Off we go. There is 1 heart and 1 full magic in this room. And then keep your Fire Rod out because you need it for this room as well. Go to the left or the right first. Watch that guy go by, and then off you go. Now there's a key in this room. One of these turtle guys, or whatever you want us to call it, has a key. We'll pick that up from him. Grab 2 chests. And off we go. This one, This room's just easy. Throw the bomb on the conveyor, off you go. I like to dash down here. My timing was a bit off there, but whatever. Now this room, obviously you can magic powder both of those things and get some fairies if you're in need. Also full magic there, that's there every time. That's not good placement. Oh well. I'm probably going to get this fairy because why not? Okay. And then we go and we fight Moldorm. So, this is not a pleasant fight. You can dash through Moldorm, and he won't hurt you. If he gets you from the side while you're dashing, it will hurt you, but he won't, you basically just go right through him if you're dashing, if you hit him head on. And then hookshot across to the final chest of the game to get map. You can do your hookshot glitch there. Sorry for the noise in the background, that's my dog. I like to keep hookshot on here because I hookshot this guy and do my best to get through there. Also, I keep hookshot because if those guys start to pester you, then just hookshot them and it stuns them, and then you can make your way as slow as you want up to the final door here. And here we have Ganon. This boss fight is going to be hysterical for anybody that knows what they're doing, because I'm just super bad at it. With an Ganon fight, I mean, in order to be efficient with it, you want to be closer to him to get a square of a hit that you want. I should just not offer commentary on this. Please, just look away. That was lucky. Oh boy. I think I just got one hit left on him because that was a lucky triple. Oh man. Killing me. Alright, that's Ganon. And there's Ganon's Tower. And that's the last video. For anybody who has watched these, thank you very much. I really hope you were at least better informed coming out than you were going in. I hope that, I don't mislead you in any way, but, like I kind of say, it's not, these things aren't set in stone. It's more or less to give you a guide so that you can improve upon it yourself, make your own changes, do whatever you have to do. Thanks for watching them all. I really appreciate it, and good luck.